Picture yourself navigating life, facing every single challenge and setback as if they were actually priming you for something grander. This might seem like just another motivational phrase you might skim over on social media. However, what if this notion isn't merely an uplifting slogan, but a deep-seated principle embedded in a philosophy that has withstood the ravages of time? Indeed, I refer to Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches not only how to withstand the trials of life, but to welcome and transform them into strengths. Today, we dive into the essence of Stoicism, uncovering how its eternal wisdom serves not only as a light in our darkest moments, but also as a daily manual for living purposefully and resiliently. Whether you are dealing with personal difficulties, professional obstacles, or the daily upheavals of life, Stoic principles provide a blueprint for thriving, not just surviving, by showing us that a fulfilling life is shaped not by altering our circumstances, but by changing how we respond to them. If you've ever felt like you're fighting a losing battle against the currents of life, wondered how to maintain serenity in turbulent times, or are simply intrigued by how timeless wisdom can enlighten our contemporary existence, you are exactly where you need to be. Join me as we learn to apply Stoic principles to transform our challenges into our most significant triumphs, and to live with purpose, integrity, and unyielding strength. As we embark on this enlightening journey together, I encourage you to subscribe and stay with us for the entire video, as each moment is designed to inspire and empower you, and you won't want to miss a single part of this transformative exploration. Number 1. Challenge your boundaries. Unlock your true potential. Ever found yourself settling for less than your full potential? It's a prevalent scenario where we glide through life days, weeks, even years without challenging the boundaries we've imposed on ourselves. Yet, here's where the compelling question, why not, comes into play. This simple query holds the power to peel away layers of complacency and fear that hold us back. Now, let's infuse this with a dose of Stoicism. Stoics were not passive, they were proactive, continuously evaluating their lives, decisions, and actions through a lens of virtue and self-improvement. When faced with a decision or challenge, a Stoic would ponder, why not pursue the path that leads to growth? This isn't about reckless risk-taking, but about making conscious, deliberate choices that align with your core values and higher aspirations. So, when you're at a crossroads, feeling uncertain about venturing into the unknown or escalating your efforts, pause and ask yourself, why not? Why not aim for that promotion, initiate that project, or take that leap of faith towards your dreams? It's in these moments of decision that our destinies are shaped. But here's the twist: asking why not isn't only about facing external challenges, it's also about confronting the internal narratives that restrict us. It challenges self-doubt, the fear of failure, and the comfort of the status quo. It's a call to action, urging you to transcend mediocrity and embrace the potential for greatness within you. Recall every Stoic hero, from Marcus Aurelius to Seneca, who viewed challenges as opportunities for growth. They didn't settle for a comfortable life, they chose the path of virtue, resilience, and excellence. That's precisely what you're doing when you ask yourself, why not? You're stepping into the arena, ready to fully engage with life, to grow, learn, and emerge stronger and wiser. So, the next time you hesitate, remember that you have the power to reshape the narrative. You possess the strength to push beyond your perceived limits. Embrace the Stoic mindset. Ask yourself, why not? And discover just how far your curiosity, courage, and commitment can take you. Number 2. Cultivate a passion for progress, the power of continuous improvement. In the Stoic worldview, the relentless pursuit of betterment perfectly aligns with the concept of prokopton, the idea of continuous progress and being a work in progress. Stoics focused on what they could control: their virtues, actions, and reactions to external events. They were not chasing perfection, but progress. And this is what I encourage you to pursue: constant, relentless progress. Consider this improvement lies at the core of everything meaningful, whether it's enhancing your skills, deepening your relationships, or fostering inner peace. The essence of a fulfilling life is rooted in growth. When you're committed to improving, you align yourself with the Stoic virtue of self-mastery. You're dedicated to the journey of becoming your best self, not for accolades or external validation, but because it represents the most authentic way to live according to your principles. However, being obsessed with improvement isn't about being harsh or unforgiving towards yourself. It's about adopting a compassionate, persistent commitment to your growth. It involves celebrating the small victories while remaining eager for the next level of your evolution. Yes, there will be setbacks and failures along the way, but in true Stoic fashion, these are not defeats but invaluable lessons and stepping stones on your path to improvement. So how do you cultivate this obsession with betterment? Start by setting clear, intentional goals that resonate with your core values. Reflect daily on your actions and decisions, asking yourself how they align with your growth aspirations. Embrace challenges as opportunities to extend your limits and learn. And importantly, stay curious and open-minded, always ready to adapt and refine your approach. There's always another layer to explore, another skill to master, another virtue to embody. In this never-ending quest, we discover our greatest joy and fulfillment. So let's embrace this obsession with improvement, not just as a means to an end, but as a way of life. As we journey together on this path, let's support and inspire each other to reach new heights, to become the architects of our destiny, and to live each day with purpose, passion, and an insatiable thirst for growth. Number 3, invest deeply, commit wholeheartedly to what matters. Stoics are renowned for their resilience, steadfastness, and unwavering commitment to their values. When they commit to something, they give it everything, not for accolades or recognition, but because they understand that this total dedication is the essence of living a virtuous, meaningful life. They don't engage half-heartedly in their duties or passions. Instead, they invest their entire being into their endeavors, embodying the principle that the value of our actions lies not in their outcomes, but in the depth of our commitment. Giving it your all is about channeling your energy, focus, and efforts into your pursuits, whatever they may be. It's about waking up each day and deciding that you're not going to coast through life on autopilot, but instead, you're going to actively shape your destiny with your thoughts, choices, and actions. It's not just about dreaming big, but also acting big, taking bold, decisive steps that propel you forward, even when the path is fraught with challenges and uncertainties. But here's a crucial point: giving it your all isn't just about what you do, it's also about how you do it. It's about approaching your tasks, your relationships, and your self-improvement with sincerity, passion, and integrity. It's about being fully present and engaged, whether you're working on a project, spending time with loved ones, or reflecting on your personal growth. And when obstacles arise, as they inevitably will, it's about confronting them with courage and resilience, drawing on your inner strength to push through adversity. So how can you start giving it your all in your own life? Begin by identifying what truly matters to you, your core values, your most cherished goals, and your deepest passions. Then, commit to pursuing these with all your heart and soul. Set high standards for yourself and strive to meet them each day, not out of a sense of obligation, but because you're driven by a genuine desire to live fully and authentically. Remember, giving it your all isn't a one-time act, it's a way of life. It's a choice you make every day, in every moment, with every breath. And as you embrace this philosophy, you'll discover that it not only propels you toward your goals, but also brings a profound sense of fulfillment and purpose to your journey. So let's commit to this path together, supporting and inspiring each other to give our all, to live with unwavering passion and purpose, and to create a legacy of excellence and virtue that endures. Because in the end, it's not just about what we achieve, but who we become in the process. Number 4, forge your own trail, the art of staying true to your course. We live in a world filled with distractions, temptations, and let's be honest, plenty of reasons to stray from our course. But here's where the real magic happens: when you commit to your path despite all the noise and chaos around you. You're making a stand for something greater. You're honoring your journey, your values, and ultimately yourself. Stoics recognize that life is rife with distractions that can lead us away from our true purpose. However, they also knew the power of staying the course, of remaining steadfast in their commitment to their principles and goals. For Stoics, staying on your path wasn't just about personal achievement, it was a matter of integrity and character. So what does it mean for you to stay on your path? It means being clear about your direction in life, knowing what you stand for, what you're striving toward, and what kind of person you want to be. It means setting your sights and navigating by them, even when storms arise and the waters get choppy. But here's the crucial part: staying on your path doesn't mean being rigid or inflexible. Life is unpredictable, and part of staying true to your course is being adaptable, learning from your experiences, and adjusting your sails when necessary. What matters is that these adjustments are always in alignment with your core values and ultimate vision. So how can you ensure you're staying on your path? It starts with self-awareness. Take time to reflect on your values, your goals, and your vision for your life. Write them down, revisit them often, and use them as your compass. Cultivate the discipline to make choices that align with your path, even when they're challenging or unpopular. And remember, resilience is key. When you encounter obstacles or setbacks, view them as opportunities to strengthen your resolve and deepen your commitment to your journey. Number 5, embrace detachment, the strength in releasing expectations. We're often taught to keep our eyes on the prize, measuring success by the results we achieve. But what if I told you there's immense freedom and power in letting go of your attachment to outcomes? This is where Stoicism shines, offering us a profoundly liberating perspective that can transform our approach to life and our understanding of success. Stoics teach us that there are things within our control and things beyond it. Our efforts, intentions, and attitudes are up to us, but the outcomes often involve factors that are out of our hands. When we fixate on results, we set ourselves up for frustration, disappointment, and even despair because we're clinging to something we can't truly command. So what does it mean to shift your focus away from outcomes? It means pouring your heart and soul into your endeavors, giving your best to the task at hand, whether it's a project at work, a personal goal, or a relationship. It means engaging fully with the process, embracing the challenges and learning opportunities it presents without being overly attached to the final result. Imagine how liberating it feels to do your work with passion and diligence, not because of what it might bring you in terms of rewards or recognition, but simply because you believe in what you're doing. This is the essence of Stoic wisdom, finding satisfaction and meaning in your actions themselves, not just in their potential fruits. But let's be clear, not focusing on outcomes doesn't mean being indifferent to success or failing to set goals. Instead, it's about redefining success in terms of your own actions and character. Did you act with integrity, courage, and commitment? Did you grow and learn? These are the true measures of success in the Stoic view. So how can you start incorporating this mindset into your life? Begin by reflecting on your values and the kind of person you want to be. Set your goals with these in mind, focusing more on the qualities you want to cultivate and the actions you want to take, rather than the external rewards you hope to gain. When you find yourself getting anxious about outcomes, gently remind yourself of what's truly in your control, and try to redirect your energy toward your efforts and attitudes. Number 6, reflect your values, how your inner virtues shape your life. Imagine living your life as a mirror, reflecting back not just what you project outwardly, but also what resides within you. If you are filled with negativity, fear, or bitterness, these traits taint your experiences and interactions. Conversely, if you cultivate virtues like kindness, resilience, and integrity, these qualities will shine through in your life, attracting positive experiences and relationships. Stoics emphasize the importance of developing a strong, virtuous character because they understood that this is the foundation upon which a good life is built. They believe that you cannot control the world around you, but you can control who you choose to be within that world. And by focusing on being the best version of yourself, you naturally create a life that reflects those qualities. But how can you embody this principle of you get what you are in your daily life? Start by engaging in regular self-reflection. Examine your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors critically but compassionately, identifying areas where you can grow and improve. Actively cultivate virtues that resonate with you, whether that's courage in the face of adversity, perseverance in pursuit of your goals, or compassion towards others. Remember, this isn't about being perfect or never making mistakes. It's about being conscious of your internal state and its external manifestations. It's about striving to align your actions with your highest values and principles, even when it's challenging. And when you falter, as we all do, it's about having the humility and resilience to learn from your experiences and continue your journey of self-improvement. By embracing this Stoic wisdom, you empower yourself to be the architect of your reality. You recognize that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you have immense power over how you respond and who you choose to be. And as you align your being with your highest ideals, you'll find that the world around you begins to reflect that same quality and depth. Number 7, confront your obstacles, turning barriers into bridges. Now, think about the obstacles you've faced in your own life. We all have them, whether they're minor inconveniences or monumental setbacks. Our instinctive reaction might be frustration, discouragement, or even despair. But what if, instead, we viewed these obstacles as hidden gifts, as catalysts for personal development and self-discovery? That's the essence of this Stoic principle. When Stoics spoke of obstacles, they weren't being flippant or dismissive of life's hardships. They fully acknowledged the pain and difficulty that challenges can bring. However, they also believed that within every obstacle lies the seed of an equal or greater benefit. It's not the obstacle itself that defines our experience, but our reaction to it. By choosing to see the obstacle as a pathway, we shift from being passive victims of our circumstances to active, empowered agents of change. So, how can you apply the obstacle as the way in your daily life? Start by reframing your perspective. When you encounter a challenge, pause and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this situation help me grow? Instead of allowing obstacles to drain your energy and spirit, use them as stepping stones to build resilience, creativity, and perseverance. Embrace the understanding that the most rewarding paths often include the steepest climbs. The struggles you endure, the barriers you overcome, and the persistence you exhibit all contribute to your character development and personal narrative. Each obstacle is an opportunity to practice virtues like patience, courage, and adaptability, shaping you into a stronger, wiser individual. Moreover, remember that overcoming obstacles often requires innovative thinking and a willingness to venture off the beaten path. It's in these moments of trial that we're pushed to expand our horizons, to think outside the box, and to discover new strengths we didn't know we had. In embracing the Stoic approach to obstacles, we also cultivate a sense of gratitude for the growth they enable. We learn to appreciate the journey, with all its twists and turns, recognizing that the most profound lessons are often learned in the face of adversity. Number 8, incremental gains, how small actions create major change. In the grand tapestry of life, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the scale of our ambitions or the complexity of the challenges we face. We might think, what difference can my small contribution possibly make? But here's the thing, every significant achievement is the sum of its parts, each one crafted by individual, seemingly insignificant actions. The Stoics understood that we don't control the grand outcomes, we control our choices, moment by moment. They teach us to focus on the present, to do what is right and necessary now, without becoming paralyzed by the size of the task at hand or overly fixated on the distant goal. Do what little you can is a call to action, urging us to engage with life actively and purposefully, no matter how small or humble our contributions may seem. So how can we live out this principle? Start by breaking down your larger goals into smaller, actionable steps. Focus on what you can achieve today, even if it's just one tiny step forward. Remember, it's about consistency and persistence, not the size of the action. Each small step is a building block, creating a foundation that will ultimately support your larger aspirations. Moreover, this Stoic mindset encourages us to find value and meaning in the process itself, not just the end result. When we focus on doing what little we can, we become more present, more engaged, and often more effective. We learn to appreciate the journey, with all its twists and turns, recognizing that growth and fulfillment come from our daily efforts and attitudes. In embracing this philosophy, we also cultivate humility and resilience. We acknowledge that we are not all powerful, but we also affirm our agency and impact. We learn to be resourceful, to adapt, and to persevere, even when progress seems slow or invisible. Number 9, a new vision of achievement, success beyond the conventional. In a world where success is often measured by material wealth, job titles, or social media followers, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. But what if we took a step back and reevaluated our criteria for success? The Stoics teach us that true success is not about acquiring things or impressing others. It's about developing a strong character, living in accordance with nature, and fulfilling our roles as human beings. It's about being honest, just courageous, and wise, regardless of our circumstances. This approach to success is incredibly empowering because it places the power firmly in our own hands. We may not be able to control the economy, the job market, or the opinions of others, but we can always control our own virtues and actions. So how can we start to change our definition of success? It begins with introspection. Take some time to reflect on what you truly value and what kind of person you want to be. Consider the qualities you admire in others and aspire to develop in yourself. Then set goals that align with these values, focusing on your personal growth and how you can contribute positively to the lives of others. Redefining success also means learning to appreciate the process, not just the outcome. Celebrate your efforts, resilience, and progress, even if they don't lead to immediate rewards. Remember, success in Stoicism is as much about how you face challenges and setbacks as it is about achieving your goals. It's about maintaining your integrity and equanimity, regardless of external conditions. Additionally, changing your definition of success can lead to greater fulfillment and happiness. When you're not constantly chasing external validation, you're free to focus on what truly brings you joy and satisfaction. You'll likely find that pursuing virtue and meaningful engagement with the world is far more rewarding than any external achievement could ever be. Number 10, stand firm, the courage to live authentically. In a society where so much emphasis is placed on approval and validation from others, it's easy to lose ourselves, to forget our core values and motivations in the pursuit of being liked. But Stoicism offers a powerful antidote to this external orientation, reminding us that our worth and our choices should be grounded in our own principles and virtues, not in the fleeting opinions of others. The Stoics teach us that seeking approval can be a form of enslavement. We become hostages to the whims and judgments of others, allowing their perceptions to dictate our actions and our self-esteem. But when we liberate ourselves from this need for external validation, we gain a profound sense of freedom and authenticity. We can act according to our own values and beliefs, pursuing what we genuinely think is right and meaningful, regardless of whether it wins us popularity or praise. So how can we start to detach our actions from the desire to be liked? First and foremost, it requires developing a strong sense of self-awareness. We need to understand our motivations, to distinguish between actions driven by a desire for external validation and those rooted in our true selves. This isn't always easy. It requires honesty and introspection, but it's a crucial step toward living a more authentic and fulfilling life. Next, we need to cultivate confidence in our own judgments and decisions. The Stoics emphasize the importance of reason and wisdom in guiding our actions. When we trust our own reasoning and align our actions with our reasoned convictions, we become less dependent on others' approval. We can stand firm in our choices, even when they're unpopular or misunderstood, because we know they're grounded in our deepest principles. It's also important to embrace the idea that not being liked by everyone is not only okay, but it's normal and inevitable. We are all unique individuals with our own values, beliefs, and perspectives. It's impossible to please everyone, and trying to do so would require us to be constantly changing and adapting to others' expectations, losing our sense of self in the process. By focusing on being authentic and true to ourselves, we attract the right kind of relationships, those based on genuine respect and shared values. And even when we face criticism or rejection, we can take solace in knowing that we're living with integrity, true to our Stoic principles. Number 11, the power of no, setting boundaries for a better life. In a world that constantly demands our time, attention, and energy, learning to say no is an invaluable skill. It's not just about rejecting things we don't want to do. It's about affirming our priorities, our values, and our autonomy. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what's truly important and within our control, and sometimes that means declining requests, opportunities, or even demands that don't align with our core values. The Stoics were advocates of living in accordance with nature, which included recognizing and honoring our own limits. They understood that our time and energy are finite resources, and that we must be judicious in how we allocate them. Saying no, then, becomes a crucial exercise in discernment, a way of ensuring that we're dedicating ourselves to what's genuinely meaningful and beneficial, not just what's urgent or requested of us. But let's be honest, saying no can be incredibly challenging. It requires courage, especially when we're conditioned to please or when we fear missing out or disappointing others. However, the Stoic approach teaches us to value our own judgment and to make decisions based on reason and virtue, not on fear or social pressure. When we say no from a place of calm conviction, we're not just declining an offer, we're making a profound statement about our priorities and our commitment to living authentically. So how can we get better at saying no? It starts with clarity, knowing what you stand for, what you value, and what goals you're pursuing. When you have a clear sense of your direction and your principles, it becomes easier to identify which requests align with your path and which don't. And remember, saying no doesn't have to be harsh or confrontational. It can be done with kindness and respect, expressing gratitude for the offer while firmly declining. Moreover, practicing saying no can be liberating. It frees you from unnecessary burdens and commitments, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. It also builds self-respect, as you learn to honor your own needs and boundaries. And perhaps surprisingly, it can lead to greater respect from others, who will recognize your clarity of purpose and your integrity. Number 12, equanimity in action, mastering the art of indifference. How can one truly let go with indifference? It's about understanding and internalizing the distinction between what we can control and what we can't. We can control our efforts, our attitudes, our virtues, but we can't control the outcomes, the actions of others, or the whims of fate. When we truly grasp this, we begin to free ourselves from the frustration, anxiety, and disappointment that come from clinging to things beyond our control. But let's be clear, letting go with indifference doesn't mean not caring about anything. It means caring deeply about the right things, the things that are truly up to us, and accepting the rest with equanimity. It's about investing our energy wisely, pouring our passion and efforts into our actions, and letting go of our attachment to the results. Imagine how much lighter you would feel if you stopped agonizing over every little thing that didn't go your way, if you stopped getting entangled in dramas that don't truly concern your core duties and values. This is the liberation that Stoicism offers, a path to inner peace and resilience, no matter what life throws your way. So how can we cultivate this art of letting go with indifference? It starts with mindfulness, with paying attention to our reactions and gently reminding ourselves to distinguish between what's in our power and what's not. It involves practice, too, like any skill worth mastering. We can start small, with the trivial annoyances of daily life, and gradually work our way up to bigger challenges. And as we practice, we'll likely discover something remarkable. The less we try to control the uncontrollable, the more control we actually have over ourselves and our responses. We'll find a new sense of calm and clarity, even in the midst of chaos. As we journey through life, embracing the wisdom of Stoicism, we learn that our greatest strength lies within, in our ability to choose our response, to focus on what truly matters, and to let go with grace. Remember, the path to tranquility and fulfillment is not found in external accolades or possessions, but in the cultivation of virtue, resilience, and inner peace. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. Please continue to explore and deepen your understanding by watching one of the suggested videos on the screen. Together we grow stronger, wiser, and more grounded in the principles that guide us toward a life of purpose and meaning.